Alright, hi, I'm David. We're here at JTech, and today we're going to talk about some tools that you would need to use to do engine repair. So first we're going to start out with some snap gauges. So the reason they're called snap gauges, they have this little thing down here on the end. You turn it and it snaps out. So what you would use the snap gauge for is to measure cylinder bore. So you'd put it in here, snap it out, make sure it's centered, lock it in, pull it out, and you would measure this, the length here. You can do it with two tools at once here. Check this out. Veneer caliper. It's a real rough measurement here. We're not going for accuracy. This is demonstration purposes. So the veneer caliper, touch the two ends together. And your measurement is 3.998 inches, right? So I don't know if you can see that on there, 3.99 inches. That's where we're at. You can also measure it with a micrometer, which is in this nice little box here. We got these things. So we need a 3 to 4 inch one here. Ideally, you would make sure that they are calibrated with the proper calibration tool. But again, since we're not going for accuracy today, just rough measurements here. So you're gonna, ooh, it's too much. Turn it too far. So you would line up. Still not enough. Still not enough. Look at me all screwed up today. Line it up. Get in close, please. Mr. Cameraman, thank you. So you get in close here. Make sure it's all tightened up. And then pull your snap gauge out, and then you'd read your measurement. I'm not real good with these, measuring with these. So we saw it on the digital veneer caliper. It's 3.99 inches. It's 3.99 inches. There we go. Look at that. So this is a cylinder hone tool, affectionately known as a dingleberry style. There's another one that has like 3 sides on it, and it's it would be like a whetstone. So this you would attach to a drill, right? And once you get it on the drill, put this down on the cylinder. This one's obviously not the right size for this, and you'd spin it. And basically what you're doing is you're deglazing the cylinder bore. You're putting the crosshatch in the cylinder bore. So what the crosshatch does is it gives the piston rings something to press up against, so they'll seal better. So another measuring tool is vice grip style dial indicator. Thanks guys. So this is a vice grip style dial indicator. So you screw your vice grip onto there, and then you find a spot on the block that your vice grips will go, but you don't want it to be like a super sensitive area that's going to cause damage. And if it causes damage there, it's going to, bad day for you and your engine. Because nobody wants a bad day with their engine, right? Everybody wants good days and puppies, rainbows, and butterflies, unicorns, whatnot. Now when your dial indicator comes in, so you can clip it on the block, say here, for ease sake. Clip. Again, the actual dial indicator, and put it on. Make sure this is nice and snug. would help if I oriented it the correct direction. I'm all jacked up here. There you go. Tighten this down, and you're gonna tighten your little knob here, which that's not gonna work. So tighten this little screw down, and you're gonna lock it in place. So you're gonna want to depress it a little bit onto the crankshaft, and then you would take a pry bar or special tool, and you would move the crankshaft. Well, you would zero this out first. So let me go ahead and do that. So you zero this out, and then you would pry on the crankshaft back and forth. Once you torque your bearing caps on, you would take a pry bar, put it on here, and then move your crankshaft side to side. See that movement there? It's not a lot, but it's something. And then you move it the other direction. Oh. Cool. So this is a ridge cutter. So you loosen this bolt up here, or no, loosening up makes it smaller. That's not correct. Am I just dumb, or am I just not smart? So basically, the gist of this tool, right? So you're gonna put it down inside your cylinder, and these little legs here are gonna lock into your cylinder, and you're gonna use a wrench. So right here, we have a little cutting blade, and this cutting blade is gonna cut a ridge into the cylinder bore. Not all engines have them, but if they do have them and they need their ridge recut, this is how you would do it. So again, put it on there, but this would open up all the way. Put it on there, and then you would tighten it to where the blade is up against the ridge, and then you'd use a wrench, put a wrench on here, start turning it, and this blade would cut the ridge in the cylinder bore. So this is plastic gauge made by Sealed Power. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take you a little piece, make sure you have your measurement lines here, rip you off a little piece. It's probably gonna be too big. And then open it up. Open up the little paper sleeve here. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but it's a little piece of wax right here. Take it out of the packaging. And you're gonna line it up on, yeah, it's definitely too big. And then you're gonna line it up where your bearings go on the main caps. And then take your main caps, put your main caps on, torque them down, torque them to specs. But you're gonna do all of your bearing caps, right? So all of them. And then you're gonna torque in your sequence and your steps, like the manufacturer recommends. And then you're gonna untorque everything, and your little piece of plastic gauge will be spread out like this little piece here, if you can see that. I don't know if you can. So this little red right here, somebody had already done plastic gauge on this crankshaft, and that's that. So moving over snap gauges, that's these little things. They snap to the snap gauge thing. And then also went over dial indicator, vice grip dial. They also make magnet styles. Veneer caliper. Thank you. Also went over veneer caliper. Got the little thing, little doodad here. taking measurements and stuff. We also went over micrometer. So that's this little thing that I'm terrible at. It's really hard for me to read these things. But if you know how to read them, it's a valuable tool to get your measurements. Also went over a cylinder hone tool. This is affectionately known as the Dingleberry style. So the reason I keep spinning it is because that's what you're gonna do with it in the cylinder bore. Put it on a drill, it's gonna spin, it's gonna deglaze and crosshatch the cylinder walls. We also did the ridge cutter. This is the one I had the most trouble with, but it is what it is, whatever. So let me see that. And so also we went over plastic gauge. That's this stuff. Get your little measurements here. So one thing I didn't go over, once it smashes down, you're gonna read your measurements here. So however far it smashes out is how far your measurement is. So one side's gonna be in inches, the other side's gonna be in millimeters. So that's about it. It's just some of the tools that you're gonna need to use to do some light engine repair. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I don't care. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. Peace.